All right, hey, how's it going? So I just gotta like this video is gonna be mad rambly and ranty because I just gotta talk about tweaking resin and Genshin. So I know this has probably been a talked about topic, and I know that they did stuff before to like change around the resin and like the cap on it and stuff. But like, listen, like this has got to stop. So like, why why does it take so long for resin to come back in this game? I don't understand it. I don't understand it from like even a gotcha perspective. It makes no sense to me. Like I understand that they want to gate you and stuff in this game, but it's like it's ridiculous. Why why is it eight minutes for one resin? It doesn't make any sense. It mind boggles me. Why? Do you realize how little that is? Like that's like seven and a half resin an hour. Seven and a half resin an hour, dude. Like why? Why is it so low? I don't understand. I don't understand. So like I'm gonna just start off the gate. My solution, in my opinion, I think they should just take the resin from one every 8 minutes to one every 3 minutes. And like if you've been playing it this long, you may think like, oh, maybe that's too big of a jump. I don't think that's too big of a jump. If you take it down to 3 minutes for one resin, like that immediately makes it so that every hour you're getting 20 resin. And have you looked at the game? How much does it take to do a shrieking domain? 20 resin. It's perfect. You could do a domain every hour. It makes perfect sense. Why is it not like that? I just it makes no sense to me. And like I don't know. Like see, the thing about Genshin that irks me with this is because like I'm a dude who likes grinding in games, and I know people aren't, like a lot of people aren't like that, and some people will be like, well, I don't want to get on as much to do my resin, to make sure it doesn't cap or whatever. So it's like, that's cool, but like this is my video, so I'm gonna talk about it like this. But like the way I see it is, it's just like, I don't know. Like I'm almost at a loss for words, but like I don't know. If you just did three three for one resin, like 3 minutes for every one resin, it would just make things so much better. Because like even if you made, like, I would straight up be happy even if they made my artifact rolls worse by giving me more resin. Like if they wanted to like nerf the amount of potential crit rolls I could get as substats or something. Because the thing about it is, at least if I had one resin every 3 minutes, even if you're not artifact farming, you could use that on stuff for like talent books, or stuff for like the what are these seeking things called, the ley lines, or you could use it for what's the other thing, talent books, ley lines, and like the mats for your weapons. So like when you upgrade your weapons and stuff, you could use it on that. And it's like it just doesn't make any sense, because like Genshin limits you in two different ways. Like usually, at least, like I'm not like a super like gotcha connoisseur, right? But like at least in my mind, and from the game I played, which I'll bring up in a second, which is Grand Blue Fantasy, they only limit you like one way, but Genshin limits you two ways. And what I mean by this, like Grand Blue is like notorious for letting you be able to play like literally as much as you want. They give you so many potions and so many like berries for joining other people's stuff, that you can farm like anything as much as you want, as long as you have the host or you have like access to Twitter, so you can do the raids. But like the thing with Grand Blue is, like I said, it only limits you once. So like Grand Blue, sure, the drop rates are garbage for a lot of the stuff that you're constantly farming, but the fact that you can farm it as much as you want means that you can eventually get what you want, even though it's trash. You can go as hard or as little on it as you want. But Genshin limits you in the fact that not only your shrieking drops trash, because we all know how bad it is to get artifacts with the right main stat with the good substats, and then you have to roll into the substats and hope they roll good, and I just figured out that you can roll shrieking like higher stats. Like when you roll it, it can be higher or lower. That's stupid too. But it's like it limits you on that, and then it limits you on how many times you can even go for these trash artifacts. So it's just like, why do you do it twice? So like I said, I already brought up Grand Blue once, so I'm gonna show you now. Like the main, so like Grand Blue, if you've never played this game before, Grand Blue is really similar to freaking Genshin in the fact that where Genshin, your end game is farming artifacts, in Grand Blue, your end game is farming gold bars. Because gold bars are what you use to upgrade your gacha weapons in that game. So like these are like the three main raids: Proto Bahamut Impossible, Ultimate Bahamut Impossible, and Akasha Impossible. Like these are the three raids. And like if you see here, like so, and this is another thing that Grand Blue does, right? So it doesn't have it like this for Akasha. It's not in its host chest. So like in Grand Blue, usually you only get a certain amount of host of a raid per day, and for these three, you only get one a day. But the thing with Proto Bahamut high level and Ultimate Bahamut high level is in their host chest, you get like an extra percent. You may be looking at this 2.5%, and yes, it's still pretty low. It's still pretty bad, but it's still better than like this percent right here, or this percent. And the trick too, where like you can farm this Proto Bahamut high level raid here, but the issue with this one is that this blue chest, I won't go into like super details about it, but essentially you have to hit the boss for a certain amount of damage before it dies to actually even have a chance of getting this blue chest, and then even then it's not even guaranteed. So even though the rate of getting this gold brick in this chest is higher, and you can farm for this blue chest, it's still very hard to get it. You have to be pretty geared and have good ping to even be able to compete to get a potential of getting this blue chest. So it's still pretty low of you actually getting this, even though the rate of the gold brick in the chest is still pretty high. The chest itself is pretty low for your chances of getting it. But what I want to show here is the fact that you can farm. So you don't really farm. Ultimate Bahamut high level for this one, because this one is just so god awful right here. But Akasha and Proto Bahamut high level, you can farm for this blue chest or this blue chest here, and also you can do Grand Order in that game too. But the thing about these chests are like you can farm for these, like I said, in Grand Blue, even though the rates are trash, you can farm for them infinitely because they give you so many resources to farm for it. But that's what I'm saying. They only limit you in one way. So if you really want this, which you do, you're going to need a lot of these if you want to get as strong as possible. You're going to need to, you're going to need to farm it. So they give you the resources to farm it a lot. But when we go to Genshin, it's like we're practically dealing with those Grand Blue rates, but we're still limited by the amount of times we can go into the domains in the first place. So it's just like I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't get why they did it this way. It really doesn't make any sense to me. Like I said, I fully understand like limiting you, and especially with how small Genshin is as opposed to something like Grand Blue, I completely understand them limiting you somewhat, as opposed to Grand Blue's just you can play as much as you want. I completely understand it. But I think getting one resin every 3 minutes is more than enough. Being able to do one domain of anything you want, or like 2 hours for being able to do a boss, as opposed to it's like 5 or 6 hours now if you go from 0 resin to 40 for doing one boss. It's like, bro, come on, dude. Come on. It's like, dude, you can't gear all your characters in this like to do the abyss, and or just to play around with. It's just so it's too gating. It's too gating. In my opinion, what I think is, like, when it comes to gacha games like this, if you're gonna limit limit people, which I think you should, because I understand how gacha games work. If you blow through all the content too fast, then you know it like people don't want to play anymore. So that makes sense. But like, come on, dude, you gotta do something. You gotta give a little bit of ground there. You either gotta make it so that the drop rates are better. So like, for example, once you hit like, I don't know, a certain AR, and it shouldn't be like AR 60. It should be like AR 45 or 40 or something like that. Once you get there, you should be getting like either artifacts that always have like 4 rolls on them, like off the bat, or you should be getting more resin so that you can go for more trash artifacts. So like, it needs to be one or the other. It needs to be one or the other. In my opinion, like I said, you know, one every 3 minutes. That makes perfect sense to me. It lines up with the system they already have in place. If they want to raise the cap from 160, I don't even know why it's 160. 160 is such a dumb freaking number. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Why is it 160? Well, it's like they just threw a number out there. They were just like, yeah, just throw 160. Just, if you want to make it like 200, all right, cool, that's fine. But honestly, it just needs to be like one every 3 minutes. One every 3 minutes is perfect in my opinion. But I don't know. I just had to rant about it. I had to talk about it because if I don't, I'm gonna just be talking to myself. So I'd rather just talk about it in video and see if anybody else wants to talk about it too. So that's all I got. All right, bye. Yo, so there's one thing I forgot to bring up like earlier that I need to make like an addendum to. Like, why in the name of God do artifacts only get upgraded with other artifacts in this system that we're in? So like, I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at these. Look at these. Why can I only use these on weapons? Why can I only use these ores to upgrade weapons? Why can't I use them to upgrade artifacts? Look at this. Look at this. I only use four characters right now. And look at this. Look at these artifacts. I have no fodder, dog. No fodder. Where's the fodder? Where's the fodder, bro? Like look at this. Earlier today I was looking through like some YouTube videos, and apparently, like, I didn't know about this. All these marks here are for places where artifacts spawn every 24 hours, by the way. Like, these trash baby artifacts will spawn here that you can get for chump change EXP for your artifacts. Why? Why? Sorry, I have to cough. Why do I have to spend like 20 minutes going around to random places getting chump change artifacts for bare minimum EXP when I could literally just be doing this domain right here? This is what I want to do. Why can't I just do this domain and get these purple artifacts right here that could level up my other artifacts? Why do I have to go on this whole wild trip of finding which places are right? Like, because some of these places, they have like a box and a barrel next to each other, and only the box spawns an artifact and the barrel spawns something else. So it's like you can't even pick up the barrel or else it'll mess up all your spawns. Why is it? Why do artifacts have to be so so dumb? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just like, if it was one resin every 3 minutes, dog, even if I was getting trash artifacts of the best kind, of like the highest rarity, at least I could use them to like transmute them at the alchemy table to make them into something that's potentially good, or I could just use them as fodder. And even like then, even if I transmute them or I use them as fodder, I'm still getting the fodder, the purples and the blues. Why? Like, it would make it so much better if I could just do the domains more. I had to make an addendum for that because I thought about it later and I'm like, why do artifacts only get upgraded with other artifacts? It's the dumbest thing. And then you limit the artifacts. So it's like if I go do this, I have 23 resin right now. I have 23 resin. If I go do this and I get a godly artifact, it has the highest crit roll, crit damage, crit damage, crit rate. It's perfect. It's perfect. It has everything I want. I can't even upgrade it right now. I have to wait like I have to wait at least like another day before I can even get the artifacts to upgrade it. It's like, why, dude? Why? Why? Like, I honestly, I mean, I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like moralist yet, but right now in the game where I am, be happy to just use Mora to buy like purple artifacts, just so I could use them as fodder. Because I don't know, it's just it's so dumb to me. It's so dumb. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's all I had. That's all I had. All right, bye.